Next Gen Tech Talks podcast, where we share insights and tips from the best in business.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Next Gen Tech Talks podcast. Today we have very special guest with us. She is Elizabeth Pappalardo. She is a community program manager. So whatever the community activities you see around the MEP programs and other things, she is really helping to the team behind the community program. And I would like to welcome Elizabeth to the show.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Goloknath, for having me. I'm excited to have a chat today.
You are the community program manager and the community point of view. What is technical community engagement you feel on your terminology? What is this community engagement is all about?
Definitely. I think community engagement, well, I sit under the developer relations team. So I really think community engagement for technical communities can really fall under developer relations. For me, it's about being active within a community and just creating a sense of belonging with those members in that community. It's about nurturing them and really kind of listening to their challenges or problems that they're having and really trying to find solutions to their problems, but bringing them together as a community to help them solve them, help them learn, help them grow, and really together as a community we can make such an impact. So I'm really passionate about our technical communities. They can be varied. Like they can be students learning and they're new to the technology space or the ecosystem, or they can be developers or IT professionals or C-level executives. So I think within communities you have different people with different perspectives, experiences, but different levels of expertise as well. And that's really cool because then you can bring together really diverse perspectives and learn from one another as well. So, yeah.
I think it makes sense. Community it's a different spectrum of peoples are there, different technology, range of knowledge people are there so that we can co-share and answer the questions to the public. You just mentioned developer relationship. So how important is developer relation for an organization?
Developer relations is so important because it's our developers that are essentially using the technology. So we need to, or organizations really should invest in empowering those developers to use the technology to the best that they can. And it comes in many different formats. I think through community engagement is one way, and having great community leaders to really be those role models for those members to help them learn and to help them grow. I think also developer relations under our organization, we also have or our wider ecosystem, we also have like documentation. We have Microsoft Learn, and that's really empowering people to figure out like how to implement the technology. We have technical forums as well to help drive the discussion within the community as well. Developer relations is so important to really just empowering users to be using the technology to the best that they can be, and supporting one another in that growth process and learning as well.
Yeah. So yeah, I understand because all major product companies basically will say the developer relationship is really important because it's all about the not only the usability and productivity along with that adoption, we'll say in this way. So it is quite easy actually, so that people will know how to do the things, then only they can implement the things. I think that's sorry, you were saying something.
Yeah, no, you also made me realize, like, also within developer relations, it's a great chance not just to learn how to implement, but you're sharing stories and you're sharing real life scenarios and case studies, and that's really how organizations can make those big decisions. Like, if you're talking to C-level, they want to know like those case studies and how another organization has benefited and how it's impacted their business. And I think through developer relations, we can do that storytelling and really sort of help the customers make decisions as well. So it's kind of like a full circle.
Yeah. So basically, it is a learn by example.
Yeah.
Okay. If the Microsoft run different influencer programs, what are the top influencer program from Microsoft point of view?
Yeah. That's such a great question, and I'm really passionate about our influencers within Microsoft. There are technical influencers, so they are experts within our fields. One big group in particular is our Microsoft Most Valuable Professional program. It's actually an award that people receive because they're contributing to the community in a really significant way, and they're doing that in a consistent way and in a very impactful way as well. And they're showing their thought leadership within the community. They're helping others learn, they're mentoring, they're writing their own documentation and case studies in blogs or in books. They're in the forums helping people solve their problems as well. So our MVPs represent different technology areas, and they're just really passionate and they want to help people. And I love that because there's that sense of community spirit.
Yeah.
So we recognize our top influencers that way. Another unique group that we have is our regional director program. So these are more C-level executives, and they're kind of like advisors to Microsoft. So they've got cross-technology experience. They've got their business acumen skills that they're reflecting on as well. They're huge network and influence. So they're engaging with our leadership, our product groups to really drive the future direction of some products and services too. And then we also have our Microsoft Learn student ambassadors. So these are our students that are kind of new to the Microsoft ecosystem. They're probably curious. They don't really know what they want to learn maybe, but they're dipping their toes into the Microsoft ecosystem, but they're following their curiosity. They're building, they're doing their certifications, but more importantly as well, they're also empowering others to learn along the way too. So sometimes I think when you're a student, you're a bit intimidated because you might not know everything, but we're all learning, right? It doesn't matter what stage in your career is. So I try to empower students to teach others in their community what they're learning about too, because there's always someone that will be inspired by you too. So through our student ambassador program, our students can not only learn the technical skills, but learn their leadership skills as well. So we have those three main programs, which all kind of sit together, and they kind of overlap as well.
Okay. So these three are the influencer programs. But except this influencer program, is there anything else you feel that you want to share something? What
Sure.
Microsoft having for the developers or something for end users? Yeah.
I think when it comes to like community engagement, we talked about the importance of organizations investing in technical communities, but Microsoft also has other ways to empower developers. So there's Microsoft Learn, for example, where anyone can go in and learn about different products and services that we have at Microsoft. They can do different learning modules as well. They can do applied skills. So really practice hands-on how to build using Microsoft or Azure, for example. We have our reactors. So talking about communities as well. Microsoft Reactor, there's 13 locations around the world, but we also have an online presence on YouTube and some other platforms as well. But we showcase a lot of learning in that as well. So a lot of our community leaders, like our MVPs, they're doing technical talks on these platforms, and then we record them and it's on YouTube. So you can sort of be in touch, even if you're not, directly going to events. There's an online community as well for you. The Reactor has a lot of great content online. We also have our cloud advocates within Microsoft. So they're paid by Microsoft, but they're also out there in the community advocating, inspiring people, teaching people how to solve problems as well. But they also have lots of, challenges or like workshops. They have a lot of things on GitHub where you can sort of learn at your own pace as well. And for example, they have a beginners in Gen AI learning series that you can just do at your own pace as well. So they're also out there in the community, although they're paid by Microsoft to empower those to learn and to grow as well. So yeah, just we've got our influencers doing great things too, but there's some other great pathways that people can follow to learn as well.
If I compare with MSDN and current Microsoft Learn, there is a really drastic transformation. During that time, MSDN is really difficult, to be very honest. From my point of view, it's really difficult. People can search at something, anything. You cannot get a proper code base also whenever you want to do something. But really now Microsoft transformed Microsoft Learn platform like anything. It's like you have learning paths are there are learning modules are there. Along with that, like you mentioned, there are different challenges also launch in between, and there are different videos are there. Along with that, I really like one fact, actually there is a lab also there.
Yeah.
Those but I really want to bet on this. You guys go and try out Microsoft Learn.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
glad there's been that transformation, and
yeah,
Golagnath, you're also an MVP.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I really appreciate your perspective on that,
yeah,
because you're the expert in the field. You're seeing
yeah,
what is out there,
yeah,
and it's really great feedback. So yeah, good to
yeah,
know. And
yeah.
I guess from my perspective, I have a marketing background, I have
Mm,
a business background, I'm non-technical. So for
mm,
me, Microsoft Learn has really helped me build my
yeah,
confidence. I've taken some certifications, just trying to figure out what something is. It's all there on Microsoft Learn. So it's really empowered me as well. So I want to encourage anyone, it doesn't matter what level you're at,
yeah,
there's something there for you. Even something that Microsoft really encourages is a growth mindset
yeah, yeah,
within our culture, right? And I even realized I have a growth mindset learn module, and I think just for professionals in industry, if they're trying to sort of build your skills this day, in 2024, I think having a growth mindset is such a powerful skill to put on your CV, right? It shows that you're innovative and you're forward thinking, and especially with AI coming into play, it shows that you're adaptive and
mm,
things like that. So there's learn modules for everyone, regardless of where you're
yeah.
at in your technical career. If you're an end user or you're a developer, yeah, there's something
Yeah.
for you.
So when you meet with different customers, right, they have certain queries, and to know kickstart something, I really now we can straight away give the link. Okay, you give refer this Microsoft Learn module, and it is really step by step. You don't need to ask us. You go through basic learning and other things that is really helpful. You mentioned MVP and other things. A lot of people ping also LinkedIn and other posts that how to be an MVP. There are a lot of contents are available. I remember Smith has how to be an MVP. He has a series of things. But as a first hand, if anybody want to hear how to be an MVP, what is your pointers from Microsoft point of view?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think what I've seen within the community is every MVP is so unique and so different in how they put themselves out in the community and the value that they bring to the community. Their expertise is very different, their experiences are very different, and their audiences are very different. Different communities make up, different types of audiences.
Mm,
So I think ultimately what I see from a community manager perspective is people are or leaders are going out there and showcasing their thought leadership, and they're doing it in a very consistent way, and they're becoming essentially role models. They're building their authority in a particular space. So that's what I observed within the program. And if I put my marketing hat on, it comes down to personal branding.
yeah.
So I know the MVP program doesn't advocate, we don't talk about personal branding, but
Mm,
I have that background. And
mm,
it's really, I guess, community leaders or MVPs, when they're awarded, they're unconsciously building their personal brand. And
yeah,
everyone has a personal brand, and we don't even realize we have it. We have a personal brand with our family, with our sports team, with our colleagues, with our online presence. We have personal brand everywhere. It's how you put yourself out there into the world and how you want others to perceive you. So I think if you're in the community and you want to build your own authority, or you want to become an MVP and be recognized for that, I think start putting yourself out there in a way that you want others to remember you. And you've got to do that in a very consistent way. You've got to add value. You've got to show your thought leadership. And I think there's benefits as well, not just being recognized by Microsoft, but I think it can help with future career opportunities. You might land clients, or you're trying to transition into jobs as well. I've met people that have changed totally different industries. I started in charity and now I'm in tech. And I think it just takes some intentional, putting yourself out there intentionally in a way that you want others to see you as well. So I think the umbrella of that is all personal branding.
Yeah, I was supposed to ask this question, what is personal branding? But I think you already answered what is personal branding is all about. Want
Yeah.
to say something?
Yeah, I think to your first original question, which was around how to be an MVP or what do we look for, I think also like it's building your authority, it's being consistent and making that impact in the community. But I think what I really want to emphasize, it comes down to also that community spirit. Like you have to be doing this for the good of the people and the good of the community. And that's why we have community programs. It's to recognize those that are doing it, because they're doing it out of their own spirit of wanting to help people. So that's what I really love about our programs is you're just surrounded by just really amazing, inspiring, decent people that just want to make a difference in the world. So that's also something I just want to emphasize as well. It's that community spirit that we look for too.
Yep.
I love that. It should be a practice. And like if you want to put yourself out there in the community, you can. And you can do it however many times you like. But I guess to be really exceptional and to be considered for the MVP program, it does in a way have to be a practice and has to be intentional as well. But yeah, you have to genuinely just want to help people on a regular basis, I think. And yeah, I think to build a healthy community, you need to show up regularly. And just how you would invest in, if you want to, if you want to invest in your career, you've got to actively show up in many different ways. It's just like going to the gym. You're not going to feel strong if you're just going once every 6 months, So if you want to build a strong brand and land that job promotion, you consistently put in the effort to want to make a difference in your workplace. And I think it's very similar to community as well, those technical communities.
Yep, I agree because technology also keep changing. As you mentioned, AI. Now AI is a bigger role to play. So, what is your thoughts on AI coming into tech space?
AI. My thoughts on AI. Look, I've done a lot of learning in the last probably in the last 12 months. I've taken my Azure AI certification, my AI AZ900. I've been doing a lot of short courses as well, just to really build my confidence in it, because I think we're all learning as well. And we've all kind of started the same with AI. Like I know it's been around for years, but when ChatGPT came out in 2022, I think it was November, we all kind of started at the same spot. So for me, I'm kind of really in that experimental phase, and I'm trying to adopt it like in a way of practice. How can I adopt it in a way that is going to help me in my everyday? And I think right now I'm just trying to figure out what prompts I should ask. What should my prompting be? Or I think the more you experiment with prompting, the better results you'll get too. So I'm absolutely enjoying how it's helping me. I use it all the time with Teams. We have Copilot on Teams, and especially working for a global organization, I can't attend meetings in my evening when I'm sleeping in the early hours of the morning. So I love how that's really helped me figure out, like, when was I mentioned, and is there an action point for me? And yeah, it's just great in terms of just really putting me, like, it's saving me minutes in a day. Like,
Yeah.
so it's great. So from that level, from an end user perspective, I can say that I'm really enjoying the process of learning how to use it better, and I'm really excited for I guess the opportunities it will bring for
Yeah.
productivity and just helping you make us as like professionals, just making more of an impact as well in our everyday work.
Mm.
I'd love to just encourage everyone, like, when it comes to your building AI skills, no matter where you are in your career as well. So I'm more of an end user at the moment, but Microsoft and LinkedIn did their 2024 work trends report recently, so you can just like put that in your search engine and you can see all the data there. But I think it was something like 77% of hiring managers will rather hire someone with AI skills with less experience
Mm.
than someone with more experience but with no AI skills. So
Yeah.
I do think this is a really good opportunity for everyone just to take those micro skills, take those courses, and there's so many out there for free. Microsoft has them too.
Yeah.
And just like think about your CV and think about the skills that you're having on your CV. I remember I used to have on my CV 10 years ago, proficient in Excel, proficient in Word, and now it's going to be like,
Yeah.
I'm a prompt engineer, generative AI.
Yeah.
Critical thinking is so
Yeah.
important to
Yeah.
emphasize in a world of AI, because AI, you need that critical thinking
Yeah.
to validate what AI is coming out with. But yeah, I think this is a really cool opportunity for us to to advance our skills as well. Um,
Yep.
yeah.
Okay. Yep. That's really great suggestion. I think everyone should embark on AI learning. I'll just go to the personal segment now because already we covered some of the informative sessions. How is your day in your life?
A day in my life.
Yep.
My day in the life. I say it's pretty balanced, but as a community manager, it can be very varied at the same time. So I'll start from early morning. I do think movement is really important for our bodies and our mental health.
Mm.
So if I'm not at the gym, I'm definitely on a walk and trying to get some
Mm.
sunshine on me. So I
Mm.
think my walks for me is almost like my meditation as well.
Oh.
And then a day in the life for me, especially working at Microsoft, I work in a global team. So I might have meetings with my colleagues overseas, in my One Asia region or based in America. So it's really great to have that, to have those meetings with those colleagues on other sides of the world where we can share different perspectives and ideas, but work on projects together to make global impact. Um, I also look after the APAC region for our communities. So
Yep.
I might be working on events that are in this region, community engagement events. We've got AI tours coming up, maybe user groups, or I'm trying to build a student community here in Australia. So I might be doing things around that. Um, and then in the evenings, I might be attending a user group at the Sydney Reactor. So if you're ever in Sydney, come and say hi. Or maybe there's evening events more based in
Mm.
the ASEAN region that I might be attending as well. So I do think I love what I do. I love that community engagement and the fact that we are sort of a hybrid community. It makes it so much fun. And then also, being based in Sydney, I try to collaborate as well with our local subsidiary. So Microsoft Australia, we might be working on local initiatives where we might bring in communities as well. So it's a very diverse day, sometimes long hours because of the time zones and different things, but I'm a big advocate in having that balance and having proper rest and having movement in your day as well. So yeah, that's probably a day in the life of of a community manager. It's also about storytelling too, I should mention. So, you know, we engage with the community, but then I try to tell that story within my own leadership team, my own leadership organization, or within the, you know, community with writing blogs or posting on social media. So, yeah, that's a day in the
Yep.
life.
Yeah. Next question is supposed to ask you how you manage personal and
Ah,
professional life.
I want that balance. I actually heard it was last week in actually it came internally, but they were talking about having, instead of work-life balance, I'm trying to remember now what it is. I think it's like having more integration, work-life integration instead of the
Wow.
balance. So, you know, for someone like me that might have a 10 p.m. meeting and I've had 5 a.m. meetings as well, it's like, how can I still do my work hours but make sure I'm integrating everything like well, and taking the breaks when, you know, when it suits me, not because I have to be structured within my 9 to 5 working hours. So yeah, I think just thinking about how to integrate things, it's really important, and I hope other businesses do also support those types of environments too, because yeah, I think it just makes you work better as well when you can sort of work on your own times, but then have the balance to, you know, do that evening meeting or that early morning meeting. But yeah, just having that right balance is good.
Okay, I think we are done with our 30 minutes of time. Thank you so much, Elizabeth, for accepting and
Thank
joining
you
us.
so much, Golika. And I want to
Thank
say
you.
thank you for all the impact you make in the community and just inspiring others, helping them learn and grow as well. But yeah, it's a
Thank
pleasure
you.
to have a chat today.
Thank you for listening. Looking forward to see you on a new topic. Till then, bye-bye.